What helped me choose the program here at Central Campus is that I have a huge interest in fish, and when I saw that they had marine biology and aquarium science program, I wanted to come and see it. It's obvious there's fish involved. The typical day in our life at our program, the aquarium science program, is you'll go in, Embry will either tell you projects that need to be done, or maybe if you already have a project assigned, he'll tell you to go work on that. We feed the fish every other day, and then we have lectures every other day, or every other block. The types of projects that we do are maintaining fish tanks, or like fixing the rocks so they look proper, raising certain types of fish, or fixing a problem that is in the lab that needs to be focused on. So we have assigned tanks because there are rows, and there are 10 rows, and you'll be assigned certain rows of tanks, along with our ray tank and our shark tank, which are not part of our rows. So there will be like a feeding rotation and a cleaning rotation. So you might feed different tanks, and you might not get to every tank because that's just how it works. But you're allowed to work on whatever tank you want to after it's like in the middle of the month. The things I like most is that it's good experience for a future job that I'm probably going to seek. You're just going to do a lot of things that you wouldn't get to do at a normal school. This prepares me for my life after school, that you get good experience in the work field and you see how it works. You learn terminology that they'll probably be using in the field, along with seeing things that are going to be out in the field and learning how to use them. Some of the field trips that we've been on have been to like the Omaha Zoo or to Chicago, and we typically go to zoos and you see the behind the scenes of what they look like. And that has helped me see like what it'd be like to be a public aquarist, which I'm not really sure if I want to do or not, but it's nice to see like what they do behind the scenes that you wouldn't just see if you go to a zoo. It's important because this is the only program in all of America that's like this, so I think it's very important for people who have an interest in fish to come and do this project. The most important thing that I've learned so far is that you're going to make mistakes and you will remember your mistakes. And you probably won't make them again. The difference is I feel like the teachers who are here actually can teach you what they've been in the field for, whereas other teachers got out of college and then started teaching. Others might benefit to see if they actually like this field, whereas if they go to college and they thought that they liked this, and they find that they don't, then now they've picked a college based on the idea that they wanted to go there for that. I mean, obviously you can change your major, but where your major might be could be completely different. I think one of the most difficult things I've had to accomplish is realizing that there aren't answers for everything in the field, and that some things are still being resolved. So if you want to know something, you might not find the answer, and you might have to find that yourself. Well, we have an issue with flukes, and there isn't a good way to get rid of flukes, which is a fish disease. And there are certain ways to help the fish get through it, but not necessarily get rid of the flukes. Well, it's like a parasite that lives on the fish. You can see it on their eyes typically, and then the fish will like scratch themselves, and it typically just kills them. But then they'll like reproduce and they lay eggs. So you can freshwater dip them to get rid of the adults, but the eggs typically drop off into the substrate, which is like the sand at the bottom. And there's no good way to get rid of the babies because we don't know how many there are or like what their life period is. So it's like a disease that's prominent, but they don't really know how to treat it. We have butterflies and angelfish. We have lots of wrasses, pufferfish. We have 2 types of sharks. We have epaulet sharks and bamboo sharks. We have lots of gobies, along with corals, lots of leather corals and mushroom corals. We have designer clownfish too. We have like all orange ones. We call them naked clownfish.